Everyone says just sell your eggs locally. It's easy money. Yeah, until you realize half your customers think you're running a charity and the other half think quail is a salad topping. Everyone thinks selling quail is simple. You raise the birds, collect the eggs, post a picture online, and boom, money rolls in. That's what I thought too. Right up until I realized I'd basically built a tiny chaotic daycare that ate money faster than it made. Here's the truth. Raising quail is easy. Selling quail, that's where most people crash and burn. See, everyone starts with the same dream. I'll sell eggs locally, but local buyers don't just want eggs. They want a story. They want to know why your eggs are different, why your quail matter, and why they should hand you their cash instead of picking up a carton at the store. Most people don't fail because their eggs aren't good. They fail because they're trying to sell a product instead of a story. Quail are a niche bird, mysterious, misunderstood, and a little bougie. People don't wake up craving quail eggs. You have to make them curious first. That means your business isn't about farming. It's about storytelling. You're not just selling food, you're selling the experience of self-reliance, flavor, and freedom. When I started selling locally, I made every mistake possible. I underpriced, overpromised, and sold to anyone who'd listen, including people who didn't even like eggs. I learned quickly that not all customers are your customers. The best ones, they're the people who want your exact lifestyle in miniature. The ones who want to buy from you because your story reminds them of what they wish they had. Peace, independence, control, and a touch of chaos that feels real. Once I started selling that, everything changed. I wasn't chasing buyers anymore. They were finding me. That's what most people miss. The difference between trying to sell eggs and building a brand around your birds is the difference between burnout and profit. In this video, we're breaking down how to actually make money with quail, not by hustling harder, but by getting smarter about who you sell to, how you tell your story, and what you're really offering. Here's the part nobody likes to admit. Not every buyer is your buyer. When you first start selling quail, you'll meet 3 types of people: the bargain hunters, the curious ones, and the keepers. Only one of them is worth your time. Let's start with the bargain hunters, the one who message you at 10 p.m. asking if you'll do half price if you pick up tonight. They're not bad people, but they're not your people. They'll haggle, ghost, and treat your time like it's optional. These are the same people who'd argue over 50 cents on a dozen eggs while driving a truck that costs more than your whole setup. You can't build a business around them. They don't want your product, they want a discount. Then there's the curious crowd. They're the, oh, quail eggs, how cute people. They mean well, but they'll buy 1 dozen, post it on Instagram, and never come back. These customers are fine for practice. They help you learn how to pitch and refine your packaging, but they won't keep the lights on. And finally, you've got the keepers. These are the dream clients, the ones who connect with your story, your values, and your product all at once. They're the chef who wants a signature local ingredient, the mom who wants clean, high-protein food for her family, the neighbor who loves that you're doing something different and wants to support it. When you start focusing on them, everything shifts. You stop chasing sales and start curating relationships. You stop convincing and start connecting. That's why storytelling is your strongest marketing tool. When people understand why you raise quail, maybe for self-reliance, health, or freedom from the system, they start seeing themselves in your story. And once they do that, price stops being the problem. Because here's the secret. People don't pay for eggs. They pay for the meaning behind them. The difference between a $3 carton and a $6 carton is never the egg. It's the experience, the handwritten thank you note, the way you describe their nutrient density and flavor, the little moment when you hand over the carton and tell them, these came from birds I raised right here by hand. That's when it clicks. You're not selling eggs, you're selling connection, pride, and purpose wrapped in a shell. That's exactly what I teach inside the Make Money with Quail Mastermind. It's not about hustling harder, it's about aligning your sales with your story so that your business actually feels like you. Once you know who you're selling to, the next question is how to make them care. Because here's the truth. People don't remember prices, they remember stories. And when you're selling something as niche as quail, story is everything. You can't just post quail eggs for sale, $8 a dozen, and expect people to line up. That's what everyone else does. The difference between some person selling eggs and the farm everyone talks about is your voice. Think of your story as a storefront. It's what makes people stop scrolling and say, wait, I like this person. I want to support them. The best part, you already have a story. You just haven't framed it yet. Maybe you started raising quail because you wanted healthy local food for your family. Maybe you're tired of supply chain chaos and wanted control. Or maybe you're like me. You accidentally turned a small backyard hobby into a full-blown business, and now you're teaching others how to do it without losing their minds. That's your edge. Your customers don't want a faceless seller. They want you, the quirks, the chaos, the late night hatch rescues, and lessons learned along the way. Because when you share the why, people connect. And when they connect, they buy. Let me show you how it works in practice. Instead of saying, farm fresh quail eggs for sale, say, these tiny speckled eggs come from the happiest chaos on earth. A backyard full of Coturnix quail that lay year round, even when the chickens quit. I raise them myself, by hand, in every car and help support this little corner of food freedom. See the difference? The first one is a product, the second one is a mission. That's the secret behind every thriving quail business. They're not selling eggs, they're selling belonging. Your story builds community around your product. It gives people a reason to feel proud of supporting you, not just because the eggs taste better, which they do, but because buying from you means something. When your customer can repeat your story to their friends, that's when you know you've won, because now you've built something bigger than a business. You've built a brand. So you've got your story. Now what? Because if you stop there, all you've done is write a really nice diary entry. The difference between a hobbyist and a profitable small-scale farmer is simple: systems. Systems turn your story into income. Here's how it works. Step 1, package experience. You're not selling eggs, you're selling identity. When people buy from you, they're saying, I want to feel like that. So stop acting like a vendor and start acting like a curator. That means your packaging, presentation, and even your words should make people feel something. Brown paper cartons with a handwritten note that says, raised by hand from birds that never take a day off. That's not marketing, that's emotional proof. You've just reminded them they're supporting something real. Step 2, price with purpose. If you price like everyone else, you'll blend in with everyone else. Cheap prices attract the wrong buyers, the ones who care about saving a dollar, not about supporting your mission. Price for value, not volume. When someone says, that's expensive, what they really mean is, I don't understand it yet. Your job isn't to lower the price, it's to tell the story that makes it make sense. When people connect with your values, clean food, small space farming, ethical care, they'll gladly pay more, because they're not just buying eggs, they're buying the peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly where their food came from. Step 3, build repeat buyers. Every new customer is an opportunity to create loyalty. Follow up, share updates, let them feel part of the journey. Post photos of your first hatch of the season, the moment you expand your setup, or even the occasional blooper reel of a quail escape gone wrong. People love being part of something real. When they see your progress, they feel like they're invested in it. That's how you go from one-time sale to a waiting list. Step 4, keep it aligned. And here's the big one: stay aligned. If a sale doesn't fit your lifestyle, your values, or your sanity, it's not a win. You built this to create freedom, not a new kind of prison. Your business should feel good to run. It should give you space, not steal it. That's why alignment is the heart of everything I teach and make money with Quail Mastermind. Because making money with Quail isn't about chasing every buyer. It's about creating a system that attracts the right ones again and again without you burning out or selling out. When you align your story with strategy, your little backyard setup turns into a brand that people remember and, more importantly, respect. Everyone wants the freedom, but not everyone survives the chaos that comes with it. You'll meet people who swear they're going to start selling quail eggs. They'll buy the birds, build the cages, collect the first dozen, post on Facebook, and then vanish 2 months later because it didn't work. And here's the thing, it did work. They just quit before it got good. The early days are messy. Your first few sales might be awkward. You'll underprice, you'll overthink, and you'll probably sell your first dozen eggs to your mom. But those lessons, that's your tuition for freedom. Everyone wants the easy version, the overnight business, the instant profit. But the truth is, success with quail doesn't come from the birds. It comes from the systems you build around them. Once you figure that out, everything changes. You stop chasing customers and start attracting believers. You stop posting random ads and start building a recognizable brand. You stop feeling like you're winging it and start realizing you're running a real business, one that fits your life instead of fighting it. That's a line between chaos and consistency, and that's exactly what we build inside the Make Money with Quail Mastermind. It's where I teach you how to turn your story into your sales system, find the buyers who actually value what you offer, price, package, and sell locally without feeling like a pushy salesperson. Build a brand that feels aligned, one that gives you freedom, not burnout. Because making money with quail isn't about luck. It's about learning how to turn small space farming into sustainable income through storytelling, confidence, and strategy. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start growing, join the Make Money with Quail Mastermind. The link's below. You don't need more chaos, you just need a plan that finally makes it pay off.